Hello, James here, still recovering from my man flu. I struggled through the watch along yesterday that had a few technical issues, but we got there in the end. And unfortunately, we watched a 1-0 Watford defeat away from home. Hopefully, I'll recover from my illness tomorrow. But yeah, the feeling I've actually got today, sitting here on Sunday afternoon, is not anger. It's not really disappointment. It's just a feeling of immense frustration that we didn't capitalise on what was a real big opportunity for Watford yesterday to not only get a win before the international break, which is always a good thing. You want to win before that 2-week kind of period where there's no championship fixtures, but it was a big opportunity to continue our race for the playoffs. And unfortunately, I do feel we have blown that opportunity big time now. I fully expect Coventry to qualify for the playoffs. It would take a big drop off from them to kind of fall out of 5th or 6th position now. And I think someone like West Brom might sneak in there towards the end as well. But for Watford, yeah, unfortunately, I do think our time is up. Still, I think achieving, an upper to even lower mid-table finish is probably seen as a success at the start of the season. But we've come so far under Tom Cleverley with a squad that, quite frankly, doesn't actually have the talent to be where it is right now. And I think that's a testament to not only the players, because the players have actually done quite a incredible job this season, but obviously Tom Cleverley has to take a lot of the praise. And I was on social media yesterday after the game, which is something I always try to avoid because you guys know what social media is like sometimes, especially with Watford fans. And I was really shocked and quite irritated to see the number of people who were calling for Tom Cleverley's head or saying he's not good enough. And yeah, lots of things kind of along them lines where Tom Cleverley shouldn't be the Watford manager anymore. And yeah, crazy reactions really. It's a 1-0 defeat away to Oxford. Watford are still, I believe, in the top half of the championship table. You have to remember at the start of the season, people were tipping Watford for relegation. So to be where we are now, I think is nothing short of miraculous. And don't get me wrong, Tom Cleverley has his flaws. He's one of the youngest managers in the championship, if not the youngest, I believe, just after Danny Rowell at Sheffield Wednesday. So we've got a young, up-and-coming English manager here. He loves the club, he knows the club, and that is something we should really value as Watford fans, and we shouldn't want to throw that away after one, quite frankly, silly defeat away at Oxford United. So what I would say on that is everyone should calm down, take a breath, take a chill pill. Nothing to panic about at all. We're going to finish probably on the beach this season, a decent mid-table finish. I'd absolutely take that as it stands currently. And Tom Cleverley hasn't been backed properly in the transfer window. We know the club has financial issues. We know Gino Pozzo wants to find either major or minority investment in the short and long term. But what we have now is Tom Cleverley, who is someone we love, and a group of players actually who have overachieved this season. So to reiterate the point, I think everyone should calm down, take a chill pill, and it's been a great season. Hopefully, we can continue for the rest of this season towards the end and just pick up a couple of wins here and there to secure a decent finish in the championship. Looking at the game yesterday, I'm not going to dwell on it too much because actually I thought in the first half we actually played some decent football. I thought Tom Ince contributed quite well once again, being the professional player that he is. Musa Sissoko probably had the biggest chance, I would argue, in that first half. It's a strange one actually because he scored such a sweet goal in the week against Swansea, of course, the first time finish into the top corner at Vicarage Road. And then against Oxford, he was through kind of one-on-one with Jamie coming in that Oxford United goal. And he just completely fluffed his lines. He didn't really get any power on the shot. I'm not quite sure what Sissoko was trying to do, but that was probably the biggest opportunity, I would say, of the first half. At least that comes to my memory. The second half, again, we saw it against actually Swansea. We saw it against Millwall as well. The drop-off was there. I know Tom Cleverley has alluded to the number of Watford players that are partaking in Ramadan, of course, at this time of year at the moment. But, you know, that shouldn't really be an excuse. So Tom Cleverley feels that players aren't physically capable of playing. He should swap them out for someone else, in my opinion. But, yeah, that's a topic for another day. My main frustration from the game actually is in regards to Tom Cleverley and his substitutions, and that's been an issue, a recurring issue for me actually throughout the majority of this season. Now, I'm not one of these Watford fans, as I alluded to earlier, that is calling for Cleverley's head and thinks he should be sacked. I'm nowhere near that at all, I can assure you, but I am allowed to criticise the guy. I pay my money to watch Watford week in, week out. And I do think that is a part of his management that he could work on in, you know, the coming years. He's still a very young manager. I think the delayed substitutions are becoming a big issue under Tom Cleverley. Yes, the squad is stretched. Yes, we have injuries. Yes, he hasn't been backed financially during his time at the club. But there was 3 players for me who I felt should have seen some minutes yesterday. We started the game without a recognised striker, and whilst I dislike Bayo as a player quite a lot, we did have a striker sitting on the bench. Vacuum Bayo was there and available, ready to be used from the off, and instead Tom Cleverley persisted with playing Edu Kayembe in that position. Yasser Larouchi, for me, once again, didn't really have any real impact on the game. He got forward well on occasion, but yeah, we have Caleb Wiley we brought in from Chelsea, once again sitting on the bench. He's fully fit, he's ready to go, he'll want game time, and we're not utilising him at the moment. So that was another frustration for me. Caleb Wiley not coming in that left back position or coming on the pitch at all in that second half. But the major one for me was Rocco Vata. Tom Cleverley said he's fully recovered from norovirus, the illness he had, a few weeks ago now. It's been over a month really since Rocco Vata had this virus. And we've not seen him once again. We know what Rocco Vata can do. He can glide past players with relative ease. He's really good actually at getting shots repeatedly on target as well, challenging the goalkeeper. And he come on for about 5 or 10 minutes yesterday, didn't he, towards the end, after Watford had already gone behind through that quality Dembele finish actually in the end. Shambolic defending by Ngakia, by the way, as well on that one. But yeah, for me, in summary, the cold's still here, the man flu. In summary, I think the substitutions just come too late. Tom Cleverley, I could tell in his post-match interview, was, immensely frustrated. And I think he knew during that interview that the playoffs are now a missed opportunity for Watford. I think what we can hope for now, as I said earlier, is just a couple of decent wins towards the end of the season. I think there's 7 or 8 games left. We've got a decent run actually. We're playing some pretty poor teams, albeit they are fighting for their lives towards the bottom of the division. I do think the Plymouth Argyle game at Vicarage Road has the potential to be quite a banana skin actually, so keep an eye on that one. As I mentioned, we should be speaking to a current Watford player during the international break, and whilst I can't confirm who that is at the moment, as soon as I have confirmation and the interview is recorded, I will let channel members know first in the community tab. So if you want to become a channel member, you can do so by clicking the link in the description or the join button on your mobile device. Other than that, disappointed, but we move on. Everyone calm down. It's going to be okay. And I'll see you again very soon. Bye-bye.